The commander is once again the focus of this anomalous force. Frightening, sinister phantoms visit him in his sleep. The commander feels the space around him stretch, twisting into a spiral. The spiral grows into a whirling vortex that extends down into darkness, down to where a pair of crimson eyes blaze with fury. They gaze out at the commander from the inky blackness, and his soul is drawn to them like a magnet. The commander unleashes his rage against the one who has disturbed his rest. The wrath takes shape, slicing through the web of strange spells like a white hot sword. The enchantment breaks, unable to survive the incarnate fury that pours out of the commander's heart. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare. The commander is once again the focus of this anomalous force. The commander unleashes his rage against the one who has disturbed his rest. This animal of wrath awakened within the commander's soul is wild and uncontrollable. It can easily dispel the magic of this mysterious spellcaster, but then this insolent enemy would go unpunished. The commander's spirit ceases to resist the strange magic, and, with a howl of rage, it rushes eagerly into the darkness to find this malevolent enemy. It wants blood. It wants to fight. It is ready to tear and destroy. The commander is drawn into the dark rift in reality. His body and spirit slip through the tiny gaps between particles of matter and rush into the great darkness of the abyss. If this spawn doesn't wake up after your blow, the mistress will gut you. Wake this worm up, quickly! A huge horned figure looms over you. The hot stench of her breath fills your nostrils, and a humiliating slap across your face brings you back from the darkness and fills your mouth with blood. Stop pretending, whelp! I know you're conscious. You think you can deceive me? Ha! You see a massive demon. Her horns are steeply curved like a bull, and her powerful hooves are built to crush and trample. Her face is contorted with rage. You are a worm, a pathetic larva compared to Hepzamirah, the oppressor. The demon strikes you again, this time with a backhanded slap, and an unpleasant ringing fills your head. You notice that her face is covered in ulcers, like the remnants of a rock eroded by harsh winds over 1,000 years. The wounds are small but inflamed, filled with disgusting pus that oozes out of them. Hepzamirah catches the direction of your gaze and bares her teeth angrily. You'll pay for these wounds yet, scum! When I first summoned you, I underestimated the power of your anger, and you gave me reason to regret my mistake. But you will pay for every moment of my pain. What's going on here? You've been taken prisoner, you pathetic mortal. I am your new mistress and your worst nightmare. With my help, you will discover that the depths of your suffering and despair are like the depths of Ishtar, infinite. How did I get here? I summoned you, as I would have done with any other demon who dared to oppose me. Since, for whatever reason, you have a tiny modicum of our power within you, you should be familiar with this. Any demon can be summoned with the right spell. It forces them to appear right in front of you. Of course, the mightier the demon and the stronger their will, the more difficult it is. Summoning you was not difficult at all. Who the hell are you? You feel the monster's hot breath on your face. I am the mighty Hepzamirah, the daughter of Baphomet himself, the mistress of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. I am the tip of my father's glaive, aimed at the heart of your mediocre little world, mortal. But you may simply call me mistress. So what happens next? Next, I'll move on to torture. You will sing like a songbird until I squeeze every last drop of information out of you. Then I will send a doppelganger to the Crusader camp, who will lead your brothers and sisters in arms to an excruciating and inevitable death. You see how honest I am? Soon you'll be just as honest with me. What do you want from me, demon? Well, to begin, I want to know one simple thing. Who is your main deputy in the army? Who makes sure the commands are executed? Who is your right hand and the messenger of your will? Who will have to give the orders that will cost your soldiers their lives? Bluff. Her name is Grandma Gretlin. A pseudonym, of course. She's a dwarf and a veteran of many wars, a real tactical genius. With a smug snort of derision, the demon gives you a disdainful glance. Oh, really? Well, I guess our conversation won't take long. We seem to have killed all the best crusaders, and all that remains is a cowardly bunch of weaklings like yourself. Hepzamirah howls impatiently. Her roar, amplified by some strange magic, goes straight through you. It enters your bones, your heart flutters, and your soul trembles like a leaf in the wind. Now tell me where your so-called queen is and what she is doing, and you better not be lying, you little scrap of meat. Intimidate. She is in Dresden, planning the offensive, and believe me, very soon you will answer to her for your crimes. Failed. In Dresden? I don't believe you, worm. The crown bitch is a coward. She doesn't like to be on the front lines. The only thing she likes less is sharing her authority with other capable leaders. If she truly were in Dresden, you'd be tramping through the mud near Is, on the front lines away from her camp. Why are you trying to deceive me? Your primitive mind is incapable of creating a lie that's even remotely convincing. The vibration caused by the demon's voice becomes more intense within your body. You grow nauseous, your mind racing, and your heart pounds like a horse that's nearly been ridden to death. Everything goes hot and dark. As you slowly come to your senses, you realize your tongue has been moving of its own accord, and it has betrayed you. Your traitorous tongue babbles at Hepzamirah, revealing all the Crusaders' most important secrets. Hepzamirah looks you in the eye, and her lips part into a bloodthirsty grin. And then, when you gather all your forces and you lead the army holding the sword of valor, all while desperately trying to pretend your heart doesn't shrink with horror, where will this army go? To Is, as usual? You idiots always march to Is. You have absolutely no military acumen. That's why you're doomed. Knowledge world, we will march north through the petrified library and join forces with the Mammoth Lords. You finally realize that your helpless Crusader army is no match for our might, and who did you turn to for help? The grubby mammoth shaggers? I've never seen a more pathetic alliance in my life, but I expect nothing more from you, Galarian. I guess you've had enough for now, worm. Your fragile body's about to die, and I've so much left to ask you. But don't worry, I'll be back before you even know I'm gone. And here's a present, just to make sure you don't forget me. The demon swings her fist, smashing it into your cheekbone, and everything fades away. I'm done with this one for now. Come on, transform. Yes, mistress. Time to wake up, mortal. I'm here to help. Don't look around, you won't even see me if you try. But I am your friend. Where did he go? A prisoner has escaped! There's been an escape! First, we'll find your weapon. Don't try to attack the guards. Rely on my magic. It'll protect you. You are free. Run for your life, and I'll show you the way out. Hurry. My spell will hide you from the eyes of the guards, but not for long. You are getting closer and closer to freedom. Be strong. We are very close. Go faster. The enemy is near.
Only one step separates you from freedom. Congratulations. You've just done the impossible. You've escaped from Baphomet's dungeon.
Who are you?
I promise you will find out when the time is right.
Why are you helping me?
I've watched your adventures with interest, and I'm sure you are only just beginning your journey of legendary exploits. It would be a sad disappointment if your path were interrupted by Baphomet's stupid spawn.
Where are we?
This rat hole offers an escape from the heart of the Ivory Labyrinth. It will lead you to freedom. Many ages ago, an elven wizard desired forbidden knowledge and looked for a way to get inside the Ivory Labyrinth unnoticed. He found this tunnel, stole the knowledge he desired from the ruler of this place, then made his escape.
How can I repay your help?
You will have the opportunity to express your gratitude, but not here and not now. We'll meet again. I promise you.
How do I get home?
The same way you came here. You have the demonic power of teleportation, and that is exactly how Hepzamirah was able to summon and capture you. It's impossible to use teleportation in the Ivory Labyrinth. After all, its spells were designed to keep a demon lord in captivity. But here, beyond its walls, nothing will stop you. Just wish to be in your chambers, focus on that thought, and travel.
You suddenly feel as if a weight has been lifted from you. It is a strange sensation, as if your chest was constricted by an iron band that has now been released, allowing you to breathe again. You have carried this burden for a long time without even noticing, but it has no power over you here. Listen closely. This place may seem quiet, but its oppressive silence cannot hide the soft groans and muffled sobs of unfortunate prisoners, locked in rusty cages and thrown into stone cells, deprived of sunlight forever. And there is something else, the quiet breathing of your mysterious rescuer. Do you hear the sound of her soft laughter? Or is it just the rustle of wind against stone? Requires demon mythic path. Concentrate. Hone your will into a blade that can slash through the fabric of space. Then command your body to travel back to your own chambers on Galorian. Despair gives you strength. You hear the tramp of feet grow louder and louder behind you, and all your instincts scream, save yourself. An immense force suddenly gathers you up, and you are sent flying into the black nowhere that connects here and there. I'm just worried, Azog. You've been acting strangely of late, and your orders are cause for some concern. Seeing you, Erebeth starts in surprise and quickly pulls out her sword. What is this? A demon illusion? An invasion? Stop where you are! Commander, stay away from yourself, from this creature! What's going on here? Erebeth looks between you and your doppelganger in confusion. Is this some kind of magic trick? No, he's a spy. Demons sent the doppelganger to kill me and take my place as the commander. Cut off this fiend's head! Erebeth stares at you and your doppelganger in bewilderment, trying to find any significant difference between you. Despite the fact that your doppelganger is very similar to you, there are still some differences. Gestures, facial expressions, and jittery nervousness give away the identity of the imposter. I am the real commander. I know all the secrets of the crusade. You can see for yourself that he is acting strange. Erebeth's brow furrows as she gives the doppelganger a vigorous slap across the face. I hope I am not making a terrible mistake. Erebeth's fist has a devastating effect. The fake commander's flesh turns out to be soft and pliable, like fudge, and the blow leaves an impressive dent in his cheek. The doppelganger drops to the floor, unconscious. Erebeth scoffs and seizes up the defeated enemy. Welcome home, Commander. What are we going to do with this?
Throw him in prison.
Erebeth nods respectfully. Consider it done, Commander.
What happened here while I was away?
A little while ago, you began to behave strangely. You became very suspicious of those around you and accused several decent knights of treason and fraternizing with cultists. Then you ordered a large detachment of soldiers to follow a dangerous mountain route where they ran a high risk of being ambushed. I sensed something was off. That's why I ordered the execution of all orders to be postponed until I could clarify the situation. Your doppelganger behaved so strangely that when you arrived, I was already one step away from ordering his arrest. But how did the demons manage to replace you? Where were you and who, Iomedae preserved me, had the audacity to go after the Knight Commander of the Crusader army?
Hepzamirah abducted and tortured me.
Erebeth flinches and grabs the hilt of her sword angrily. These scumbags will pay for their crimes. We will make them regret their every atrocity. You really need to get rest. I'm glad you are back with us, Commander.